Did you see that judge that apologized to the guy that... Did you see the story?
No.
Okay. The guy who was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner that shot one of the Secret Service agents and the guy got arrested?
Yeah.
The judge who's dealing with the case apologized to him for his treatment in jail. Do you have that, Jamie? See if you can find that.
He should have gotten some quality stick time.
This is another guy. This judge also released another man who was arrested for threatening to kill Trump.
Oh. Trump derangement syndrome for real, dude. It's ridiculous.
But the way this guy addressed this man, it's almost as if he was condoning it. Look at it. It says, the indictment comes the day after the judge overseeing the case against Allen expressed grave concerns about how he's being treated in jail and apologized to him in court. You're talking about a guy who showed up with a rifle or a shotgun. Shot a Secret Service agent, obviously in the vest, the guy's okay, but whatever you've been through, I apologize for the prior week. Magistrate Judge Zia Faroukwi, I don't know if I'm saying that right, said during a hearing in Washington, D.C. on Monday. According to the court documents filed over the weekend, Allen had been in solitary confinement, oh, poor baby, at the D.C. jail after being placed on suicide watch after his arrest on April 25th. His lawyer said that he was housed in a permanently illuminated safe cell with no access to personal items or jail visits, despite repeated assessments showing he did not exhibit any suicide factors. In an order issued on Sunday, Faroukwi wrote that he had grave concerns about the conditions Allen was being kept in, which he said were seemingly unprompted by the facts of the case. It could drive a person crazy to be in that situation, Faroukwi said during Monday's hearing. That is really crazy. That is really a crazy thing to apologize for someone who was trying to at least assume. You're assuming he was trying to kill the president.
The guy's been programmed to do this. He immediately turns, from one way to the other, overnight almost. And this is...
What? You know that we can't just and torture and murder people just because they're in prison, right? You know that's like in the United States of America, that's not supposed to be, especially, by the way, he's still, alleged, right? It's not like he's been convicted of a crime or anything yet. So, but, okay.
And we're seeing this more and more, I think.
What do you mean the guy's been programmed?
I think these people are...
You mean like MK Ultra type programming?
100%.
Really?
I think so, but it's a different, MK, you're the expert on it.
Not really.
Well,
don't say that.
No, I don't want to get you bumped off
Jamie
here.
knows what I know about it.
Let somebody else go start your car when you walk out there and wait 30 minutes.
Make me an expert.
I know nothing. But, the CIA, they were grabbing these people up and giving them, I guess, acid or LSD, whatever, and then programming them, and then they said they weren't doing it, and then they got sued, and they said, oh, we lied, we were doing it, but we're not doing it anymore. Now, which time are they not? So here's my thought on this. I think you've got a bunch of people today, because of this, it's just open up your head and pour it in, and they can put these things out to people just enough to where they know that there's going to be a reaction. There's some people, you and I are going to read this stuff and go, and there's some people that are just going to stay awake at night and just fume. I know people that read stuff and they'll call me and text me and say, can you believe this? And I'm like, dude, man, I live this stuff. Cool out. We're good. We're okay. And I think that these folks, they know who they are, and they can target them. How many of these people are we going to find that have no internet access, have no history of being on the internet?
Right, like Thomas Crooks.
Yeah, that's just total BS. Total BS. Oh, we let him on the roof, and and then
also they couldn't get snipers on the roof because the slope was too steep.
Yeah, we had members of Congress that are older than I think Darrell Issa was there. I know a couple other guys were there too. I mean, he's an older guy. He's older than me. I think he was walking around up on it. And that's bogus. That's totally bogus. They put Trump in a bad position, and that's the thing. You'll never know.
There's another thing we should talk about.
Dead men tell no tales.
There's another thing we should talk about. There's a lot of people running around out there saying that first Trump assassination was a setup and that it was a hoax, and that Trump did it to try to get people to be more sympathetic to him. Anybody who says that doesn't know anything about guns.
No.
Because the shot was from, how far was it? Was it 140 yards? Somebody was, Jamie? There is not a person on earth that could nick your ear at 140 yards reliably. Not only that, but miss other shots first, kill someone behind you, shoot another person as well, and just nick his ear. And just by the grace of God, by just sheer luck, he turns his head at the right time and he catches his ear. Okay, 120 to 140 meters or 135 to 150 yards away during the rally. He was positioned on top of an AGR International building, which provided a clear line of sight to the stage. Just that alone is a tremendous failure of security. The fact that they didn't search and look at these buildings, that you don't have drones above scanning the area where you have a potential line of sight, easy shot with someone with a scope.
And my buddy Eli Crane, he's a sniper, and he said, I could have made that shot, because he's a SEAL sniper, and my
100%.
brother-in-law Cliff was a Marine sniper, and he said I could have probably done it with steel sights, Tim.
Well, did the man have steel sights, or did he?
Yeah, he did have steel.
I just want to say it is very funny to me. Like, I agree with what these guys are saying here, but it's very funny that they're like, oh, that shot, 140 yards away on top of I could have done it with irons, easy, could have killed him. But then you look at like the JFK shooting, and they're like 3 shots, bolt action rifle, boom, 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 within 7 seconds. It's not possible. It's no way. I think I was shocked at his honesty. I think Glenn Beck had a friend that took him out to try to make these shots, and I think we watched this. I think even Glenn Beck said that on a sample where like a truck was rolling, that Glenn Beck was able to make these shots. It's funny the selective skepticism these people have.